How are you guys doing today? I'm back with another video. Today I'm gonna tell you about the time I got pulled over for the first time ever. It was honestly probably one of the scariest things that ever happened to me because I thought that night that I was going to jail. I was ready. I was prepared, but you'll just have to see what happened. So, this night I'm chilling at home, not much to do. I remember this was a long, long time ago. It was one summer way back in the day, back in high school, and I'm chilling out. I'm hanging. I just got my new car, so you know what I want to do, of course. I want to give it a little run outside. I'm excited. I'm I'm happy to have this car, alright, so what does me do as getting my new car? I'm on Snapchat, of course. I'm looking around, I'm seeing what the word is, and this girl, I've been texting for a little bit. She invites me over, but the only problem is she lives 30 minutes away, and it's already pretty late. It's, I don't know, I'd say probably 11 going on 12. And so, she's invited me over. I'm getting a little excited. It's late. We're talking, I'm like, I'll, I'll come over. But the only problem is that I was doing I was chilling out with my friends. And my friends, these specific friends, like to smoke and drink and do the bad stuff. And of course, I let them do it in my car because I don't really care. I didn't have the nicest car. It was a new car, but it wasn't like the super nicest, best car in the world. So we're chilling there smoking. They accidentally leave a bottle in my car of this big what do you call it? A big buzz ball, and they also leave like their bong. One person leaves their bong in my front seat, and I didn't notice it really. I didn't really care at the time, being really dumb, being younger. I was like, whatever, you know, stuff happens. I'm not gonna cover it up. I'm not gonna do anything, which I probably should have just put like a blanket over it or something. Anything. I could have done anything besides have it in my car, but I choose to have it in my car and drive 30 minutes away. And I drive and I'm driving and I'm almost there at this girl's house. I'm 25 minutes in. I'm texting her. I'm like, I'm almost there. And I look behind me and I see these red and blue lights. I'm like, oh my God. It scared me. It made me angry. And I was like, I am getting fucked tonight. So I pull over. I'm like, I know it's gonna happen here. He's about to diddle me, diddle police officer with his big old chin's about to come get me. And he comes over to my car. I'm not gonna lie, he looked like he was the same age as me. He looked like he could have been a little bit older. He was a not very old looking police officer at all. He came up to my car. I remember he had blonde hair. It was cut very short. And he says, so where are you going tonight? And I remember telling him, I'm going to this girl's house. She's like 30 minutes away. I'm almost there. Here's the directions on my phone. And I'm looking for my wallet in the car. And I can't find my wallet. And I'm like, officer, I can't find my wallet. I do have an ID. You can search up my ID. And then I look in the crevice of my car. And then I find my wallet. And I'm like, oh, wait, never mind, officer. I have it right here. I'm so sorry about that. And he's like, "Oh, well, that's weird. I thought you didn't have one." And I was like, "No, I just said that I didn't have it at the time, but I found it. I dropped it." He was like, "Oh, well, that's pretty odd." And as that was happening, the other police officer comes on the other side, and he's like flashing his little flashlight in there, and he's like, "So what do we got over here?" And I was like, "Oh, my friends just left those. My friends have, they're crazy, man. They left it in there, and I was like." fuck, I knew I wasn't getting away with that one. And they go, all right, sir, we're gonna have you step out. And I go, zooey, mama. I knew it was happening now. And I'm sitting there. It wasn't summer. I'm tweaking because I remember when I got outside, I was shivering. It was cold, and I had a coat on, but I took it off in the car because of course I had the heat on in the car, and I had a t-shirt on and some sweatpants. So I got out. I only had my sweatpants on, and I'm just outside in the freezing cold, and they're sitting there. They're like, "We're about to give you the little finger test," and they're putting the finger up and down. And I'm just following. I'm like, really, dude? And they're making me stand on one leg, and I'm sitting there shivering, as cold as can be. And it was like at the point where I could walk in the straight line. I could stand on my foot. I could do the little eye test. They're like, all right, I don't think we're gonna be able to get him on anything. Because I was walking in a straight line. I was doing everything they told me to do. I'm shivering too. I'm sure if they took me to court, they'd be like, "What the hell, dude? This guy's just driving and it's cold." And they're like, "All right." I could tell they're a little bit, they're like, "Whatever. Well, we'll let you go," because I showed them directions. It was literally 2 minutes away. I was like 2 minutes till I even got there, and they didn't. They were like, "I'm sure even if he was real drunk, he got all the way here." And they said they didn't even give me a ticket, which I was very thankful for. They're just like, "All right, dude, you have a great rest of your night," and I was like, "Okay, thank you. You have a good one." And I drove off, and the girl that I met up with was like, "She's like, I thought you were like setting me up, and you were 2 minutes away, and you got pulled over, and you were lying." I was like, "No, it sucked. Trust me, I got pulled over. It happened. Trust me."